learn to code. It's like, that's my full-time job and it's boring, but you can use an online game maker, one I know of is RPG Game Maker, to make your own custom characters, custom story, custom playable game without any of the boring hard part. My girlfriend made this cool game for me, and it was an awesome project to work on and to play. Get a white sweater or shorts or t-shirt or whatever and get some fabric markers and go absolutely nuts with creativity. You'll be able to create a very cool, unique, personal, custom, wearable art piece. I've been working on this sweater for like over a year. I guess we'll see the finished product eventually. You could also go the tie-dye route, which ranges from very simple to very complex. Or iron-on patches. You can find iron-on patches of basically anything on sites like Etsy, and all of these clothing modification projects can be applied to like a backpack, a tote bag, a blanket, a tie, anything fabric-y. Take on one of those overtime photo projects, like one of those ones where you take a photo of you like doing something every day and it lines up like this walking example, or you can just start doing one of those classic aging, hair growth, getting older things where it's like one of those. It would look pretty cool if you started right now. It would look cool a year from now. It wouldn't look cool today. Probably a more beneficial daily project would be like a fitness challenge thing. I did the more and more push-ups every day for a month thing, which was really fun to commit to and take on each day, but that's not really up everybody's alley. Okay, fun stuff. Use a desktop customization tool. I've used Rainmeter to create a fully custom desktop. They have tons of widgets and layouts to choose from, and it's fun to kind of set up your ideal desktop and then improve it over time, find new images and buttons and controls to add. And if you make a cool custom desktop, it's something that you can work on and enjoy probably more than once every single day. Revamp your functional space. If you work in a garage, lay out and organize your tools effectively. If you work and sit at a desk, do some cable management, clips, ties, down the leg, up the pants, around the corner, the whole deal. If you play with beads, sort your beads. If you like YouTube videos, I hope you do. A skill toy. Home sweet home. Kendama has been my personal favorite to learn and enjoy. It's a Japanese skill toy with literally thousands of possible tricks and a huge community, which is awesome to be a part of. Or you can go like the yo-yo route, the Diablo route, the classic juggler route. Picking up a skill toy will make you wish you had more free time. Or go for an everyday object skill. Like if you're a student right now, learning pen spinning tricks or like pen tapping beats is one of the most top tier skills you can possess in your current position. If you're a cashier or like a water fountain, you have a lot of coins, you can learn coin tricks like the little knuckle thing or a classic vanish. Obviously you don't have to be a student or a cashier or a water fountain to learn those skills. They just might be more relevant to you. Let your brain juice out and write some short stories, fiction about literally anything. I've had great times and great conversations just coming up with short story writing prompts, like a world where there's a reverse jail system and everybody starts in jail and you have to do good things to get out, or a world where memories can be bought and sold and criminals start forcefully implanting memories into people to do their crimes. Or a beloved small town children's amusement park which is vandalized beyond recognition by a bunch of teenagers, so naturally the people of the small town transform the park into a public torture chamber attraction for the culprits. Go to some thrift stores or garage sales. The hunt is incredibly fun. You never know what you're going to find for yourself or for somebody else, and if you have a keen eye, you might be able to pick up stuff that you can then flip on a local marketplace and get like a little side hustle going. You can also just go to a local marketplace and sell stuff you already own and turn stuff that's probably junk that you already have into some cash. Even just the process of like taking product photos and listing stuff is fun, so that could be like a win-win-win-win-win project where you're getting rid of junk and making money and having a good time. Make some music, such as like lo-fi stuff for when you're chilling out, or make some hype-up beats for when you're working out, or anything in between. GarageBand is a super powerful tool to start with for the Apple folk, but there are tons of like beat makers online that you can try, and I've burnt literally hours and had great times just on like a drum pad doing the boom booms and the claps and bangs. Learn to 3D print to easily create little household improvements and knickknacks and keychains and figurines or anything you can imagine, or just learn to 3D model, because then you can model anything, and then you can use a service online where you send them your 3D modeled file and they send you to your door the 3D printed thing, so you don't have to buy a 3D printer. And you can even just download other people's 3D models that they've made, so you can basically 3D model and 3D print anything without doing anything. Rug tufting is very cool and would make for awesome custom home pieces and gifts. That is a little bit of a bigger investment project to jump into, so maybe starting with something like custom embroidery could be a good place to start on like pillows or blankets or whatever you got. Knitting and crocheting sound pretty like grandma core, but I genuinely want to make my own poncho one day. Or you could just get like that super girthy yarn and like hand knit a poncho or a sweater or a giant blanket or something. Here's an idea I had that I definitely want to do one day. Okay, so you build like a wooden box with like an acrylic clear see-through front. So it basically looks like a giant fat picture frame. And then inside, since it's hollow in the middle, you put like all of your random knickknacks and gifts and vacation souvenirs and all that just random stuff that you have that you don't really have a place for, but it's like sentimental and you want to keep it. You fill it into like this frame box thing, and then you have this super personalized, like piled up framed art piece of like all your sentimental items, and then you've like gotten rid of clutter in your house and you have this cool thing to look at and show people. Maybe like your old cell phones and whatever else you can imagine can go in there. I'm gonna do that one day. Read something, but not just a big fat book, something like a poetry collection or a comic or graphic series. I recently found it is very incredibly easy to find a downloadable PDF of basically anything you want to read. So I've been reading this food science book that I wanted to get into, but use your resources and you can find a lot of reading material on basically whatever you want. Animal enjoyers can create little food setups for watching everything from like squirrels to birds, and you can obviously take this as far as you want, but obviously attracting animals to your yard is not always the greatest idea. They destroy your property and then start to rely on you for food and blah 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 blah, so do that if you want. If you buy stuff, there's a chance you've collected a lot of branded or just random unique stickers. Use those to create like a custom art piece on a canvas or something, collage scrapbook style, or put them on your laptop water bottle. You can make some boring stuff look less boring. Find a new podcast style show to listen to while you're doing all your boring stuff, but genuinely find something you might be interested in and then force yourself to watch like at least 2 or 3 episodes, because then you start to feel like you're actually part of the conversation. You get to know the personalities on the show. Obviously after 2 or 3 episodes, if you're still not feeling it, try something else, but it has been quite enjoyable for me to kind of get invested into a talk style show. Choose a classic or decently long-running movie series and just rip through them all, like, all the James Bond movies, all the Lord of the Rings movies, etc., etc. Recently, my girlfriend and I watched John Wick 1 through 4, and it was really an immersive experience to be able to watch what was like a 9-year span of movies in the span of like 2 weeks, and then you know all the like memes and stuff that everybody always talks about the movies that you never saw because you never watched movies before. Play a publicly available sport like tennis or basketball or rollerblading, or what has been my favorite is disc golf. These all have super low barrier to entry and they're all like free to play. The facilities are freely accessible and it's like good for your body to do stuff like this. I got a disc golf set for like $25 and there was a course near me, free to go to, free to play, and it has been an absolute joy of a time. Just Google it. You probably have a disc golf course near you and you don't even know. Do some research and build yourself a custom keyboard. Here's my girlfriend's newest setup. She spent tons of time researching all the keys and like the switches. I don't know anything about keyboards, but I guess they sound different or something. Then she built it all herself, and then she even took some of the keycaps off and dyed them the color she wanted to get a fully customized keyboard just the way she wanted it. Go in on a baked good. When I was making this strawberry shortcake for my mom for Mother's Day, I was learning like icing techniques and decoration styles and different ingredients to add, or we've spent like a whole bunch of time trying to perfect these caramelized white chocolate cookie recipes, which my girlfriend handmade these chocolate churro marshmallows, clearly inspired by that company that makes marshmallows on TikTok. But anything you can think of, make it, eat it, it's good, stay fit, you never know. The same, of course, applies to cooking actual food. I've mastered smash burgers and done pizza from scratch and we roll kimbap, and these are all fun processes that have the payoff of deliciousness. Researching and experimenting with different types of food preparation is literally a side project that will last you the rest of your life. Go deep on a new board game. It doesn't have to be one of those big, crazy, complicated ones. There are tons of more smaller scale party style games that are fun to learn and try to master. There are even games for just 1 or 2 players, so do some research if you're interested in doing that. My girlfriend and I recently got into Here to Slay, which is a great game, and it leads me into another thing to do, which is make custom game pieces or game cards for any game that you do play. Here is my girlfriend's dog customized as a party hero in this game Here to Slay that we play. And I even made this little tile for flipping the win condition. We thought it was something that the game needed, so I made it. Because usually you just decide on the win condition at the beginning of the game as a group, but we made it so that whenever somebody rolls doubles at any time during the entire game, the win condition like flips. So you could be like playing and you're like, oh my god, I'm about to win. And then somebody rolls doubles and you're like, oh my god, I'm not about to win anymore. You can also go the artsy route and like hand paint to customize characters from your favorite game, like these Marvel United board game figures. Or if you want to start simple, maybe customize like a chess set or something. That could be cool. Grow some herb. like actual fresh herbs you can grow right on a windowsill. It's like one of those nice little dainty houseplants that you get to take care of, but tasty. Okay, last food related one, but this one is huge. Start making your own recipe book. You will never run out of dinner ideas. You can continuously edit it over time, because how many times have you said like, oh, how did I make it last time? Did I put salt, or did I use the black pan? Did I start with the wooden spoon? Did I start with my left hand? You write these things down and you will always be able to perfect and improve your recipes over time. If you start doing this now, you can thank me tomorrow at 6 p.m. Try puzzles. Even simple jigsaw puzzles can be a fun way to kind of disconnect and zen out, and then they become cool art. And jigsaw puzzles are pretty unique and interesting these days. Here is an example of a Costco puzzle that I bought for my grandma for Christmas this year. So there's some pretty interesting things out there. For more action, you can branch into twisty puzzles like Rubik's style. Here's my little collection. It's a good time trying to learn the methods to solve the different shaped ones, and then some of the more classics you try to do over and over again and learn different techniques to get faster and faster over time. And if you don't like twisty puzzles, you can try the disassembly Hanayama style puzzles, which these are even probably more displayable and collectible, and these are easy to hand to anybody to try. If you don't want to solve puzzles, you can start with something as simple as cardboard and glue to make your own custom puzzle box to put somebody's like gift in there, or just give to your friend to try to solve. It's super fun and enjoyable trying to think of different mechanisms and plan out the person's thought process when they try to solve it. A custom puzzle box can go from super simple to super intricate, and it's a very enjoyable process. I've done it a couple times. Model building is loved by many, like Gundam have skyrocketed in popularity recently, or you could go like full garage dad and build like the little model car kits, or go the 100% free route and start trying origami. Alternatively, get a building kit as the Lord intended and pick up a Lego set with sets from like very popular movie franchise scenes to adult displayable pieces. There is definitely, without a doubt, a Lego set out there that you will enjoy building and displaying, and hopefully for your sake, you don't like it too much and it doesn't spiral too far out of control. If you're a little rebel and you're not too into instructions, you can take the parts from a Lego set and just build it into something totally custom of your own. This is a very popular thing called like alternate builds for sets, and these were actually some of my most popular videos that I used to make on this channel. If you want some inspiration or something, I don't know. Here's a cool art project. You can turn literally any photo or picture into pixel art online, and then you can use stuff in the real world to copy like the layout of pixels and make your own giant art piece with like sticky notes or just colored dots or Lego parts or Rubik's cubes or anything. Pixel art looks incredible, and you can do it like generated online without like any talent. So you can create a cool art piece with no skill. In a similar vein, you can turn any photo into a color by numbers using an online generator, and you can get these to go pretty wild. It'd be probably a good gift idea. Go on a gaming nostalgia trip. You can find tons of old classic games emulated online for free. I've tried GBA online because I was like a Game Boy, or you can go for like Club Penguin Remastered or YTV Sidekicks Remastered. Any game you used to play as a child, just Google XYZ emulated or free online, and you'll be able to literally relive your childhood. Make some liquids. Homemade vanilla extract is just like beans that you can buy in bulk, sat in vodka for like a year, or you can make hot sauce with just peppers and vinegar, or you can make olive oils with garlic and herbs sat in there in a cool fancy custom bottle. You can even make alcohol at home, just don't sell it. I think that's what makes it illegal. I don't know too much about these little terrarium jar things, but I look at them and say, oh, I want to have one of them. I'm learning now that it is never a bad time to start Christmas shopping or Kwanzaa shopping or Hanukkah shopping or birthday gift shopping or whatever event you have coming up on the horizon. If you keep this at the top of mind, you might just stumble across some little item in a store or online, wherever you are. You can find cool online shops that sell literally anything, like whole sites dedicated to just weird food. And if you have it on your mind that you should be gift shopping all year round, you don't have to start panicking when the date of the gift is rapidly approaching. Wood burning. You can get into this hobby super cheap and start making cool custom home decor pieces like cutting boards or coasters or anything else, any other hobby you have that has wood parts, burn them. Make candles, any scent, good or evil. And if you pour them yourself, you can use any kind of jar and make a really cool, unique, one-of-a-kind candle piece. Just try photography and videography. Your phone camera is far more powerful than you can imagine, and if you just keep it on your mind to try day to day, just the different lighting modes and take some stabilized action shots or time lapses of whatever you're doing, you're going to be able to produce some really high quality photos and videos, and then you're creating like a little time capsule of memories of all the stuff you got into. It's like a win-win-win, and it's a very fun hobby to just pull out your phone camera more often than you would think. You just have to remember. That's the hard part. Stop motion, this one takes a little bit more patience, but you could go like paper crafted or 2D or clay models or action figures, or you could even just draw it out and go flipbook style. You can work on your body. It's as simple as dedicating some of your time each day to doing like some meditation or stretching yourself out with some yoga. Or go for something more flashy like working on your handstands or something. This will pay dividends for your future sore self, but don't go too crazy. Don't jump straight into like doing backflips or something. And regardless of whatever passion you have or whatever project you decide to take on, make a little YouTube channel, a little Instagram page to document it and share your journey, because you never know what kind of like-minded people you might find that enjoy the same kind of thing, and it's a great way to keep yourself dedicated to that thing that you love to do. Yeah, it's 50.